Welcome back. We are now in the section 7.1 integration by parts. Here is the formula for integration by parts. So this is essentially the product rule for integration with a slight twist. Integral f g prime is fx gx minus integral g f prime. Okay, so notice if I'm integrating f times g prime, the result is my original function f times not g prime but g itself minus integral g f prime. Okay, so let's see where this comes from. Suppose I take derivative of fx times gx, derivative. Well, by product rule, it is derivative of the first factor, the second factor as it is, plus first factor as it is, derivative of the second factor. In other words, you notice how g prime x, that's what you're looking for. So integral of g prime x is integral of this minus this. Okay, so integral of g prime is integral of the derivative fx gx minus f prime g. Okay, well, integral of the derivative, that is the first fundamental theorem of calculus. So you get integral and derivative, they undo each other, and you have fx gx minus integral of f prime gx. F prime gx is g f prime. Okay, so to repeat, integral of f g prime is fg minus integral g f prime. Another way of understanding the same formula is write fx to be u, gx to be v, then f prime dx is du, and g prime dx is dv. So, integral of u dv, u being f, dv being g prime x. So, integral of u dv is uv minus integral of v du, v being g, du being f prime gx. Okay, so it's the same formula as your first formula, just rewritten. So both these formulae are very useful to remember. So how do I find integral of g cosine x? So notice I have to rewrite this in such a way that the first factor is f, second factor is the derivative of g. So the first factor is f, and second factor must be derivative of g. So in other words, g is sine x. Notice derivative of g is the second factor. So in essence, you are integrating the second factor and calling that g. So when I do this, well, the whole point is that g prime is cosine x. Well, f prime, which you will need in your formula, is 1. By the formula, integral fg prime is fg minus integral gf prime. fg prime is x, derivative of g is cosine x. That's our question, is f times g, x times sine minus integral of g, which is sine, f prime x, the dx. F prime is nothing but, notice, 1. So you see, one has to choose f and g correctly in such a way that g is the integral of the second factor, basically. All right. So integral x cosine dx is x sine x minus integral sine x. Well, you already know what integral of sine x is. Integral of sine is negative cosine, and there's already a negative, so it becomes plus. X sine x plus cosine x plus constant of integration. Do not forget constant of integration. Let's find integral x sine x. So x is f, g is integral of sine. Okay, we always take g to be the integral of the second factor. So integral of sine is negative cosine. Why did we choose that? Because now g prime is positive sine, which fits in fg prime, integral fg prime, x sine x. You see, by formula, integral fg prime is fg minus integral g f prime. F is x, g is negative cosine x, minus integral of g, which is negative cosine x. F prime is simply 1. So this gives me negative x cosine x, negative and a negative positive, integral of cosine, which is negative x cosine x, sine x plus c. Okay, so integral of x sine x is negative x cosine x plus sine x plus constant of integration. We'll continue in our next video.